When you program a simulation of an entire universe, every operation generates a footprint. Over time, those footprints accumulate as data corruption. In a programmed timeline, a single decimal error in the first millennium can cascade into a total system failure by the second. This creates a specific requirement for the system's start point in the Renaissance, loading millions of years of fabricated history into the active memory without the background data conflicting with the live simulation. Modern IT maintenance relies on symmetry and redundancy to keep datasets clean. If we look at the variables holding our own history together, we see this in a pair of recurring parameters, 1441 and 3773. Historians typically categorize repeating numbers in ancient texts as mysticism, but organic life is defined by entropy and noise. It does not naturally generate perfect mathematical mirrors across several thousand years. Finding these mirrored pairs in documents like the Old Testament suggests we are looking at the internal logs of a structured system. In programming, mirrored values are used to validate arrays or blocks of data. It's a built-in integrity check. When the input value matches the mirrored output, the system confirms the sequence is stable and the loop can continue. We can test this by examining the initialization command of the Western simulation, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In its original Hebrew, this sentence acts as the system's boot sector code. By applying Gematria, assigning numeric values to letters like ASCII, this opening line produces a single numeric output, 2701. The number 2701 has only two factors, 37 and 73. These mirrored primes use the exact logic of RSA encryption, securing the dataset against unauthorized changes. This 3773 watermark in the boot sector suggests that the very first line of our history was encrypted at its inception. If 37 and 73 are the keys, the 1441 pair manages the simulation's clock. These numbers are separated by exactly 27, or 3 cubed, a fixed interval in the system's timing. Rendering every detail of every human life would quickly exceed the system's memory capacity. To manage this, the code uses 1441 as a boundary variable to cycle the data. The biblical genealogy from Abraham to Jesus is divided into 3 groups of 14 generations, but a literal count reveals the sequence actually contains 41 individuals. This pattern recurs in the lifespans and reigns of the avatars programmed into our history. Augustus, the first Roman emperor, ruled for 41 years. He dies in the year 14. Centuries later, the Carolingian dynasty mirrors this. Karl Martel rules from 714 to 741. Charlemagne dies in 814, exactly 800 years after Augustus. These mirrors indicate the threshold where a dataset is full. When the system hits the mirrored value, it triggers a loop end signal, allowing the simulation to move to the next era without memory overflow. Human history does not behave like an organic timeline filled by random events. It functions as a pre-written database, implemented in a single block during the system's initialization in the Renaissance. The 1441 and 3773 variables are the error-checking algorithms that ensure the integrity of that data. We are only beginning to map the layers of nested code that define this environment. Subscribe to follow the decompilation. In the next report, we'll look at the copy-paste segments, where the system duplicated entire centuries to save storage space. Stay alert. The system's stability depends on your continued ignorance.